Hello and welcome to another update video about SUI, SUI. SUI is still below the descending trend line we discussed in the last video, but it's within a larger, or at least a potentially larger bullish structure that I've labeled here as a 1-2 setup. Quick reminder that on this chart we are watching for a five-wave move to the, well, that happened. We've been watching this five-wave move into the August highs after the August lows formed on the 5th of August. And it could have completed a more substantial correction. Now this is actually a textbook ABC structure. Does that mean there's a higher likelihood of holding support? Not necessarily, but if you compare SUI's chart to some of the other altcoin charts, you can see that SUI has space all the way down to 56 cents, which is the 78.6 retracement, so could still comfortably go a little bit lower. What it means, though, we have very clear parameters. It also means that we can even identify the microstructures quite well in the wave C to the downside, which started here when the B wave topped. B waves can overshoot. This one didn't. It actually, again, it's a textbook one. It's a textbook flat correction where the A wave reached the 38.2 retracement. You might remember that video from back then where we saw a bounce here to that first fib level. We have a 3-wave move up in wave B. And the C wave actually is a nice 5-wave move down. It touched now the 100% extension at 75.8 cents. And the wave 4 even formed the triangle. I'm normally careful with triangles because in the last, or in this cycle, they often morphed. You know, we observe that regularly that these triangles transform, they morph. So I'm extremely careful with them usually. But the idea with such a triangle is that it's the second to last pattern in this descending, in this wave C to the downside. And the idea was that this triangle would likely break to the downside after the E wave topped. So you see this series of lower highs and higher lows. Let's go back to our Discord where it was yesterday actually, right? Was it yesterday? Early yesterday, I posted to our gold members that obviously there was no confirmation that the correction was complete, and that I'm considering the option of a wave 4 triangle, which could lead to one more low. Now that happened. See, this was actually forming nicely a triangle. Normally I'm very careful with triangle patterns, but this was looking quite promising. And yeah, it did actually lead to that one more low. And if you recall from previous videos, this 75.8 cent level is the ideal target for yellow wave C. Why is that? Let's go back to the live chart. Because the way to measure this is we take the length of the A wave with our Fibonacci extension tool that we can select here in Tradingview, and then we compare that with the length of the C wave, and that typically reaches the 100% extension, the C wave. They can go lower, okay, easily, but this is sort of the first ideal target that I'm normally tracking. There are C waves that sometimes don't reach that level, but it's rare. You know, they typically reach it. And as I said, you know, this is really a textbook ABC structure. Now, again, that doesn't necessarily mean that support has to hold. It just means that we have very clear parameters. We can recognize the wave patterns very well. Over the last few weeks, it pretty much did what it was supposed to be to do. And now I'm watching the trend line. A break of the trend line is not going to be super relevant, I think, but we have a lot of touch points. And a break above the end of the triangle, which is the wave 4 high at 81.7 cents, could be an indication that we're starting a third wave rally. Be careful though, because this is only the earliest indication. A better confirmation would be a break below, above the B wave top that formed at $1.05. Yeah, 105 here end of August. That's the update about SUI. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.